Hey man, I just really need you to say no really loudly like you just got killed in a video game.
No.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, JC, and welcome back to the channel once again. And it also feels great to say that again as well. But I got something very, very special for you guys today. I got to play in California with a bunch of other content creators a sneak peek at Call of Duty Warzone, the new and free battle royale for Call of Duty. Yes, you heard that right. Free. This is a separate thing entirely from Modern Warfare. It runs from Modern Warfare's engine, of course, but you can literally play this free without buying Modern Warfare in the first place. But listen, before we get down to the nitty-gritty details, let me just say really quickly, a huge thank you to Infinity Ward and Activision for inviting me to this event to try out this experience. It really makes me happy because I've been doing a lot of variety content pretty much on Twitch for the past year, and this shows me that they really look at everything. They don't just look at YouTube, they look at streamers who are doing their own stuff on Twitch and other platforms, and that's really awesome, man. It's a really cool feeling. So I really appreciated the invite to try out this experience. But from what I can tell, from what I've played, from what I've seen, this mode, Call of Duty Warzone, is two separate modes within one. There is the Battle Royale, which exists on the game in Call of Duty Warzone, and then there's also a mode called Plunder. I can't talk about my impressions on Plunder in this video. I'm going to be mainly focusing all on the Battle Royale itself, but from what I can tell you about Battle Royale in general is that this is the most, I guess the word would be the most systems I've ever seen in a battle royale. Like, there's just so many things going on in this game. It doesn't just feel like you play, you die, and you're out. You have multiple chances to come back in the game if you fail. You have multiple things that you can be doing while you're in the game at any certain time. There's missions you can find. There's sort of like bounties and things like that. You can literally find a bounty on the map that will make you target a nearby player. And if you do that, you get some currency in the game, and you can use that to buy other stuff to help you and your team. It's almost like there's some of the elements of zombies in a way, with the sort of point building and getting more and more stuff as you go along. You can do that in Warzone. You can gain more and more plunder, as they call it, and use that to do a number of different things or complete a number of different objectives to get more plunder. Something hilarious in my gameplay that I thought was super fun was that one of the first missions I got in one of my first play tests of the game is eliminate Charlie Intel. My boy Charlie Intel was on the run, dude. Let me tell you, he saw that I had that contract and he knew, he was ready. And unfortunately, me and Jericho died. But that's okay, because in this mode, when you die, the first time you completely die, whether it's by yourself or your teammate as well, you're both sort of working for your individual self in this case, you get put into a gulag. You get put into a gulag, a sort of redemption island sort of thing. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Survivor, but you know the redemption island aspect where you get voted off, but you might have a chance to get back in if you fight a 1v1 on Redemption Island? Yep. That can happen in this game. You can come back, drop back in after you won a 1v1 that's basically like a gunfight, and you can get back in, help out your team once again, and keep progressing in the match. This game feels very different from all the BRs I've played. It does not feel like Blackout, to be honest. It really doesn't. And it doesn't feel like Apex or any other BR FPS on the market right now. It feels like its own entity. And to be honest, the games feel longer. Maybe that's just me, but with all these different systems going on, you have contracts that you can do, you have money you can get, you can go to different stations on the map to get things for your team that can even be kill streaks, honestly, which is a complete game changer. There's just so much you can do in this mode, and honestly, just a 10 to 15 minute video from me doesn't even do it justice. There's so much in here. Now, you guys know me. You know that I love overreacting to things and just going crazy about new stuff and new gaming experiences. But I'm going to keep it real with you guys here. I really, really am. There were some sort of worries I had going into this. Like, one thing in particular that I really, really was worried about was the fact that there's kill streaks in Battle Royale. Like, kill streaks in Battle Royale, that just doesn't seem like it computes on a base level. You might be thinking in your head, well, if you can buy kill streaks, and you can buy lethal ones at that, why wouldn't you just save them up and use all of them at the end to win the game? Here's the thing. Something like that may be true, and that's what I was a little bit afraid of. I was like, that sounds a little wild, and it sounds like whoever's just going to have the kill streaks at the end is going to win. But here's the thing. You got to keep in mind that if you are towards the ending of a game where the circle is getting very, very, very close to closing all the way, just like it does in every other Battle Royale, and it still works the same way, the gas and all that works the same way, except honestly, the gas is pretty dang lethal. You can get gas masks and stuff to help you out, but this game's health system is a little bit different from other Battle Royales as well, and I'll get to that in a second. But with the whole kill streak thing, you gotta be thinking, if you have all your lethal kill streaks and you wait till the end to use them, you're going to be basically calling them in on yourself. That's something we learn pretty quickly. It gets really chaotic at the end. It does happen. Like, people can launch kill streaks at the end of a match, but when it happens, it is on top of not only the enemy, but you as well. You're calling it in on yourself as well, which is really scary. So you can have a chaotic ending where you can have a bunch of kill streaks happening at once, but you just gotta be wary that not everything is going to help you. Not everything is going to be the smart move to do. Something that I really need to talk about, which I just mentioned a while ago, is the health. The health in this mode works very, very differently from all the other BRs out there. And honestly, it makes me so happy right now. As far as I can tell in the gameplay, I really enjoy how the health system works. They have streamlined this to where there is no way to bandage yourself in this game. There are no med kits in the common Battle Royale sense, or bandages or anything like that. No, your health just regenerates just like it does in normal Call of Duty. That's it. It just regenerates like normal Call of Duty, and you have armor plates that you can put on top of your health. I think up to 3 times. All you gotta worry about is finding armor plates and just making sure you are not in the gas. And let me just be clear about that. Because there is no way to really bandage up your health because it's on a regen, when you're in the gas, there is no way for you to gain your health. You are literally dying if you're in the gas. You have to be running away from the gas at all costs. You can't just sit in the gas and keep bandaging up to keep living and come back in at a later time. No, you have to be out of the gas. Let me just stress that right now. Now, you can actually find, I don't know if I found it in my gameplay or not, but you can get the sort of manual regen syringe equipment to sort of get your health to come back quicker, like you can in multiplayer, but that's all there is in this mode. As far as I know, there's just no way to bandage up. They just streamlined everything. Everything they did in this Battle Royale, a lot of it they told us was with the sort of mission behind it of keeping people engaged and in the action and pushing people together more and more. They really made it clear with the systems of this mode that this is not about camping. They don't want people just to camp and do nothing for the entirety of the game. Like, sure, you can do that, but you're really not getting the advantages in the game that you otherwise might be able to get if you actually play aggressive. You have all these contracts, like I said before, that get you into the action, get you more of the cash, the currency in the match that can get you new things to help you out. Something I forgot to mention as well is that this is another new thing for Battle Royale, but not only do you find weapons off the ground in the beginning of the match or just, throughout the duration of the match, but you can use the in-match currency that you find. And none of this is pay to win. Like, you're not coming into the match with a bunch of currency or something from like microtransactions or something. That's not happening. When I talk about currency, when I talk about the cash in the game or the plunder, whatever you want to call it, when I talk about that, that is all in the match currency, in one single match. But to get back to what I was saying, not only do you find guns around the world in Warzone like you would in any other BR, you can actually use the cash that you acquire in the game. Think of it as sort of like, you know, a zombies point system. You know, I love zombies. I love to reference it. I know. But you can use that cash that you have in the game, and you can actually buy your own custom loadout to drop from the sky and pick it up just right there in front of you. If you have a certain gun that you love with certain attachments that you love and certain perks that you love, and that's a big key point as well, this is the only way to get perks in the game. The only way to get perks is to find one of those custom loadout drops, which you can call in from the sky. If you have enough cash in the game, you can do it in this mode. You can get the loadout of your choice, the gun that you want. If you have an M4 that is just stocked up, that you want to just be insane and be your go-to weapon in every single match, get the currency mid-match to get it, drop it down, load up, and just go out and eliminate everybody in the game. That's all you got to do. And I love that about this BR. Like, it really feels like you have something to do other than just survive. Like, it sounds dumb because that's like the beauty of Battle Royale. That's what makes it really fun, is because you have that nervousness of, oh my God, am I going to die? Oh my God, is this the end? Is this the end of my survival against this 150 player match? No, yes, that's a thing. Yes, that's the case, but there's so much more to it. There's so much more you can do. Like, when I spawn in to a match of Warzone, I'm already thinking in my head, what kill streaks do I want to go for in this game with the cash once I get that cash? What loadout do I have that I want to bring into battle this time? You might have multiple that you might have set that you might want to bring in at different elements to the game. What vehicles should we go after? There's vehicles on the map as well. There's helicopters, there's trucks, there's all sorts of things, just like in the sort of big team battle ground war stuff that Modern Warfare did this year. There's just so much to do and so much to, I guess the term would be just giving variety. I love variety, right? With the whole Twitch stuff this past year, but there's just so much variety to the gameplay choice. It's not just, oh, you spawn in, you find a weapon, and you camp or you wait, and that's going to be your best thing to do every single game. No, in this mode, you have to play aggressive. You have objectives you can go after to increase the success rate of your game. And not only that, there's just a lot to do and a lot to see in this world. And just Warzone was really fun, man. It was really fun. I was really pleasantly surprised by it, because there's something with all battle royales that have always had this clear issue of just camping and doing nothing to get to the end. And yeah, that's still going to be the case in this game to some extent. You know, you're always going to have campers in every single game, but the more that developers put into the match to make people want to do more aggressive play styles and just, you know, actually go after different things and move, like that's another thing, just getting players to move around the world. They did a really good job with that in Warzone. They did a really good job with it in this. Like, compared to Blackout, it's like night and day how much more there is to do in this that gets players moving. You know what I mean? And something to note as well is this mode is 150 players. I should have expressed that from the beginning. It's 150 players. It's on the biggest map I think Call of Duty has ever really done with a Battle Royale or anything, you know? And it really feels like it's an entire journey of all these different landmarks and places on the map. It's not, you know, it's not like Blackout where it's like throwback maps. No, like all the places are sort of unique to this world, which is pretty cool. And a lot of it is from the big team battle ground war maps that were in multiplayer. Some of those locations that you saw in those modes are here in this map, which is pretty cool. But something I really wanted to point out is that there's a lot of close quarters on this map. Something that I think I wasn't expecting a lot of, because again, like with Blackout, and I don't want to like, you know, hate on Blackout or anything, because I like Blackout, but there's just a lot of open areas in Blackout. There's a lot of open sort of, I don't want to say dead space, because it's not dead space, but you know, like there's a lot of open firing shots everywhere on that map. But in this, there was a lot of times where I was just going in and out of buildings, like just having gunfights all around the streets, and it felt close quarters at times. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm crazy, but it seems that the developers are not only trying to get people to move, but they're also trying to get the Battle Royale systems to work in more of a Call of Duty style way of just run and gun around close quarter city environments. That's how it felt to me for the most part. And I like that a lot. I really do. They really did a good job as a whole of just building so many assets into this thing. There's just so much in here that I haven't even talked about. It's so hard to fit into one video, and I'm just going to try to list a couple of things here right now just to let you guys know. There's a pinging system in this game. They have an actual pinging system, and it works. I've used it, and I thought it was pretty dang good. They have tiered weapons in the game as well. Like, people are probably wondering how loot works in the game. Like, how does loot work? Is there gold rarity weapons? Is there stuff like that? There's stuff like that, but the main tier differentiation is the amount of attachments. So if you find like a gold weapon or something like that, it's going to be a weapon that just has a bunch of attachments on it. That's how it works. At least I'm pretty sure. Honestly, in a lot of my games, I built up enough currency in game to just get my custom loadout with all my attachments and my perks, which is very important to have. So I didn't use a lot of the crazy like tiered weapons that people would find in the world. I didn't really do that too much. I just kind of found my own weapon in my own box and went about my day. But you can do that. You can find weapons all over the world like that as well. There's equipment. There's different types of equipment you can find, like I said, with the manual regen. I'm pretty sure you can find that out there in the world as well as others. Something to note from the cash stations that you can buy things from on the map. I don't know what their exact name is. Please forgive me, Infinity Ward. I'm sorry. I forgot the name of them. But basically, the thing you go to buy things, they're all over the map in this game. You can buy UAVs from these things. That's something to note. Kill streaks are in this, and UAVs are a part of that. You can buy a UAV in a Battle Royale. And honestly, I think it's probably the best thing to buy out of the whole thing. Like, if you don't need anything else on that list, get a UAV, because you can just see where people are, and it really helps get the action going. I really think, like I said before, this game is all about getting people to collide, to come together, and it remains to be seen if UAVs are going to be considered OP or not, because you can just call in a UAV. But I don't know, man. I like it. It lets me get started on the action and sort of have an idea of where the enemies are. So I like it right now. Something else, though, is you can actually buy back your teammate. So say that your teammate dies. All right, or say you die. Say you die in the game. You go into last stand, and you can be revived. But say you just got completely, wiped, right? And your teammates are still alive. They can go to one of those buying stations on the map, and they can call you back in if you don't complete the gulag. There's like 2 elements to being revived from death. Like, you can get revived from last stand if you haven't bled out yet. That can happen. If you have bled out, you can revive yourself if you complete the gulag little matchup that you have against a random other person who's dead. Or if you lose that, your teammate can buy you back in to the game to just drop back down if they have enough points in the game or cash. There's a lot of redemption that you can have in this mode. I think it's gonna be really cool to see the stories that happen in this mode, because like I said, the game feels longer because of it. It feels like, I mean, you can eliminate pretty much everybody in the game and they all have a chance to come back at least once from Redemption Island. I'm going to call it Redemption Island. I know it's the gulags, but I kind of like calling it Redemption Island because that's what it feels like to me. But yeah, I really like that aspect to it. Like, if you die, you're not completely out of the game. You can have a crazy redemption story. Your teammate can buy you back in after you failed the gulag, and you can come back in, find, maybe you have enough points to get one of your own custom loadouts, and you're set, and you can help your team and get going and still fight. And I don't know, I haven't even talked about the other missions that you can find in the game as well. Like, I talked about the contracts and how you might get randomly assigned somebody to target, and it will show like a vicinity of that area. When I was talking about Charlie Intel, when I had eliminate Charlie Intel on my screen because I found that contract, that gave me like a general area of where he was. It didn't say where he was, but it gave you like a zone where it's like he's over there in that direction. And like I said, another thing, it brings a lot of people together to fight quicker and quicker. And there's other ones that you can find. There's other contracts you can find. You can find one where you just have to go and find another intel piece. It's almost like capturing like an intel item or something like that. I think I didn't do that one too much, or I didn't get that one too much, but you can do that. And I'm pretty sure when you do that, you can find where the ring will end up later. And I heard this, but apparently if you do a lot of those or something, it can stack and you could potentially find where the ring is going to be like at the end of the game, towards the beginning of the game, if you do enough of those or something like that. Really strange. There's just a lot of different things you can do in this game. And again, like I've stressed a lot here, I'm really happy to see that, because what it means is that there's going to be different stories you see from, you know, I'm biased, I'm a streamer, I'm a content creator. I love seeing the stories that people can show people and create and share around. And there's going to be a lot of that. There's going to be a lot of like really interesting stories that happen in this mode and redemption arcs that happen in a game. Like you could just have the worst early game ever and then somehow bring it back at the end, or you can find some intel and figure out some data and figure out where the ring's gonna be at certain times. Like there's just a lot. There's a lot here, man. There's a lot here, and I'm at this point, I feel like I'm repeating myself a bunch. So we're nearing the end of the video. Just overall, I really enjoyed this mode. Again, I can't talk about the other mode, Plunder, too much right now, but what I want to do is I want to ask you guys, this is going to be a very classic JC moment if you guys have been here for a very, very long time, but I want you guys to give me your thoughts on everything you've seen about Battle Royale and Warzone for Call of Duty. It's called Call of Duty Warzone. It's a free-to-play thing. Anybody can play it, have fun, and all that sort of stuff. You don't have like you don't have like an advantage or anything for owning Modern Warfare over Warzone. There is no like pay to win advantage or anything like that. No, you can just play Call of Duty Warzone, and not only that, it's crossplay and everything, which is insane. So you can do that, have a ton of fun. But I want to know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on all this? This is the first free-to-play huge offering that I've ever seen from Call of Duty. That has me really excited. I think a lot of people are going to check this out. It's going to be a really, really fun week when it comes out tomorrow. But what are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments below. And you may see some of those comments on a video tomorrow as I talk about Plunder. Interesting, right? I'm going to try to do some sort of talking about Battle Royale and maybe talking about Plunder at the same time, but I want to feature you guys on the channel. Should we call it things people say? I don't know, but it's something, man. It's something. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, or anything you want to see, or just whatever your thoughts are in general about this, because it's a crazy time for Call of Duty, man. I did not expect this to actually happen, and it's happening, man. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I really enjoyed my time with it. I actually got a win as I was at the studio. One of the first games I played was a win on Warzone, which was nuts. And it was actually when I was like by myself playing with two people from a QA team. So I wasn't even playing with like any YouTubers or anything like that. Like I was literally just kind of in my own groove pinging stuff with my team, and we somehow came out on top without even communicating. We just pinged the entire time and we won. So Zombies YouTuber, by the way, but beat 150 people in Battle Royale while I was at the studio. That's pretty wild. We got some stuff to show. You know, people don't expect it, but we do. We can really hold our own out there. You guys know me. I've been playing Call of Duty multiplayer for ages. This has been me, JC. I hope you guys enjoyed the video very much today. I haven't done a video like this in a while. I haven't done a video in general in a while, so I really hope you did enjoy it. If you enjoyed it in any sort of way, please leave a like. It really, really helps me out, and especially with something that is non-zombies, it would mean the world to me. It really, really would. I always am streaming on Twitch pretty much all the freaking time around 3 p.m. Central Time every single day. We just hit 1,000 subs again over there, and we've been playing so many crazy things like Dying Light with Noah, Breath of the Wild back in January. We're gonna be playing some Final Fantasy and stuff later on in April, and just having a great time playing Warzone all freaking week. So if you want to check out my streams, I'll be pretty much live when this game goes live for real on Tuesday, and it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope to see you guys over there. So come out to twitch.tv/JCBackfire. Like the video if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys on another video tomorrow, hopefully, about Plunder. And that's it. This has been me, JC. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.